Keanu Reeves is a massive action star with an understated but captivating style. He's been part of huge franchises like The Matrix and John Wick, but he had to overcome a difficult childhood and the loss of family members and friends. It was a down-to-earth attitude and willingness not to focus on money that kept him going. Grief never rests, but putting that energy into positive pursuits has made him one of Hollywood's favorites. Keep watching to learn why Keanu Reeves' real-life story is really sad. Abandoned by his father. Keanu Reeves was born in Beirut, Lebanon on September 2, 1964. His parents were Patricia Taylor and Samuel Reeves Jr. His father abandoned the family when he was only 3 years old. When his parents officially divorced in 1966, the family moved around. They went from Sydney to New York, where his mother married Broadway and Hollywood director Paul Aaron from 1970 to 71. She was also married to Robert Miller from 76 to 80 and to Jack Bond until 1994. Keanu has two half-sisters, Karina Miller and Emma Reeves. They grew up in the Yorkville neighborhood of Toronto. They learned about Chinese culture from their grandmother and English manners from their mother. He was a shy and private child who went to several schools growing up. His first ambition was to be a hockey goalie, but later he became an actor while working at the Avondale Secondary Alternative School. He got a green card through his American stepfather and went to Los Angeles to pursue his dreams. Samuel Reeves Jr. was arrested for possession of cocaine and heroin and spent 3 years in jail. Keanu didn't meet him again until he was 13 on the island of Kauai. His father first reached out to him while he was at the peak of his career, but Keanu shut those efforts down. He admits their relationship is full of loss and pain and woe. Losing his best friend. When Keanu grew up, he began to make friends everywhere he went. He was easy to get along with and eventually became close with rising star River Phoneix. They worked together on My Own Private Idaho in 1991. River also had a childhood marked by tragedy, including sexual abuse at the hands of the Children of God cult. His role in the 1986 film Stand By Me made him famous. The problem was his rising fame came with the allure of drugs and parties. River Phoneix died at 23 years old on October 31, 1993. He collapsed outside the popular Hollywood venue The Viper Room due to the effects of a speedball, a dangerous mixture of morphine and cocaine. He began to have convulsions and other strange symptoms. The paramedics came but weren't able to save him. Keanu was filming Speed at the time of the tragedy. His co-star and friend Sandra Bullock said she could tell he'd gone through a lot, but he hides the pain. The depth of Keanu's relationship with River is strong. He once joked that he was like his older brother, but shorter. He called him his best friend and admitted he didn't have many of those. Keanu was later asked how he was affected by losing River. He could hardly think of anything to say other than that he was terribly sad and missed him very much. He remains friends with River's brother, Joaquin Phoneix. Losing his child and her mother. Keanu has never had issues finding women. Empire magazine put him at number 17 on their list of 100 sexiest stars in film history. Paul Rudd won 2021 Sexiest Man Alive, but he admits that he and his wife Julie would have probably voted for Keanu. Despite his looks, Keanu had to look around before he found true love. He briefly dated heartthrob Sandra Bullock and Sofia Coppola. He met Jennifer Syme at a promotional party for his alt-rock band Dogstar. It was love at first sight, and they wanted to start a family. That's when tragedy struck. Their daughter, Ava Archer Syme Reeves, was stillborn Christmas Eve 1999. The loss put such a strain on their relationship that they split up within weeks. They reconciled and were reportedly even seen eating together later, but tragedy reared its ugly head again, just when everything seemed to go back to normal. Jennifer attended a party hosted by Marilyn Manson on April 2, 2001. She was allegedly impaired and didn't have her seatbelt on. She drove her Jeep Cherokee into a row of 3 parked cars. She was thrown from the front seat and died instantly. Keanu said it was difficult to cope with her death. He was set to film a few Matrix sequels the following spring, but he asked for peace and time. In 2014, Keanu harnessed the power of those feelings when he earned the role of John Wick, a character who'd also lost his wife. He said, "I love his grief because it formed the base of the character." He also doesn't think grief and loss ever go away in the real world. Sacrificing for his sister. The stillbirth of his child and the loss of Jennifer weren't the only factors that stopped Keanu in his tracks in the 90s when the Matrix movies were becoming blockbusters. Another family tragedy reared its ugly head and he had to attend to it. His sister Kim was diagnosed with leukemia in 1991. He decided to take time off to prioritize her health. He moved closer to her and became her primary caretaker. He cleaned her house, prepared her meals, and gave her the medication she needed. Kim took 10 years to fully recover, but eventually came out better than ever. She still receives her brother's support, even though she's healthy. She calls him a prince who listens to every word everyone says. He says, "She was always there for me. I'll always be there for her." He now considers her his best friend. Keanu made sure to use a bit of his fame and fortune to help others struggling with the same disease. He donated 70% of his earnings from the Matrix films, a massive $45 million, to leukemia research. The reason you may not have known about it is that he admits, quote, "I don't like to attach my name to it." Finding love and staying level-headed. Keanu's story began with a tragedy, but it doesn't end that way. He's used the horrible events in his life to motivate him to give back, and in the process, he's even found love. He's one of the most private celebrities in Hollywood, so the world was surprised when he went public with girlfriend Alexandra Grant. They've appeared together at events like the Yves Saint Laurent Men's Spring Summer Show. Everything we've seen since then seems to show they're still in love. It's unclear if they'll ever try to have children after Keanu suffering the loss of his first daughter, but they've managed to stay together. They also work together. They've written 2 books, Ode to Happiness and Shadows. He wrote the words and she drew the illustrations. They've even launched their own publishing company called X Artist Books in 2017. He's also been able to tap into his love of motorcycles by founding the Arch Motorcycle Company with his friend Stephen Hamill. Keanu may not want to be as public about his philanthropic efforts as he is about his relationship, but there are too many to hide. He's been caught giving to others in plenty of pictures and articles by eager paparazzi. In addition to the foundation he started to honor his sister, he also volunteered with Camp Rainbow Gold in June of 2020. Money from a 15-minute Zoom meeting went right to the organization, a children's cancer society in Idaho. Cameras caught him in 1997 giving drinks and snacks to a homeless man. He also came to help Octavia Spencer when her car broke down. She didn't recognize him because he had his helmet and sunglasses on, but he was the only one willing to help. This isn't the first time he came to help with those who were stranded. He was on a flight that made an emergency landing in Bakersfield, California, and he organized a bus to take them to LA, even though it was 100 miles away. Despite all the tragedy he suffered, Keanu was one of the more down-to-earth celebrities in Hollywood. He seems willing to give his time and money to anyone who needs it. He says money is the last thing he thinks about. He knows he could live comfortably for centuries on what he's already had from a long, successful career. That statement is most likely true, with his net worth sitting at around $380 million today. His positive attitude is also one of the main reasons everyone loves working with him. He worked as Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4. Director Josh Cooley was amazed by his attitude and commitment to the character. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite role from Keanu Reeves? Let us know in the comments section below.